Hello, and welcome to Life Nuggets, where we explore stories that exist between fact and the unexplained. The cases you're about to hear have details, witnesses, timelines, but no clear answers. And in some instances, official records exist, but they only make the mystery deeper. Tonight, we look at two disturbing cases that were never fully explained. In Chicago, Illinois, November 14, 2019, the building at 214 West Monroe Street had already closed for the night. Most lights were off. Security had completed their final round. Only 3 employees remained, working late on the 12th floor. At 11:42 p.m., the building's internal system began its nightly shutdown. Power was cut to non-essential areas, including the elevator system, or at least, it was supposed to be. 5 minutes later, at exactly 11:47 p.m., a sound echoed through the empty lobby. A mechanical hum. Low, steady. The elevator had activated. Security logs later showed movement. Floor 3. Pause. Then floor 7. Another pause. Then floor 11. Each stop lasting several seconds. As if someone was selecting floors. But no calls had been made. No buttons pressed. Upstairs, one of the employees heard it. The familiar ding. He stepped into the hallway, expecting to see the elevator doors open. But the corridor was empty. No movement. No light. Nothing. Back downstairs. The security guard watched the panel. The numbers continued to change. Slowly. Deliberately. He later described it as too controlled to be a malfunction. At 11:52 p.m., the elevator stopped. Floor 12. The same floor where the employees were. They all heard it this time. The sound. The doors opening. One of them walked toward the elevator. Step by step. The hallway was dim. Quiet. Too quiet. When he reached the end, the doors were closed. No light inside. No sign it had ever opened. The system went silent. Completely. The next morning, maintenance ran a full diagnostic. The report showed no errors. No recorded faults. No power inconsistencies. Nothing. But one detail never made it into the official notes. The logs showed that the elevator had not just moved once. It had followed the exact same pattern. 3 nights in a row. Same time. Same floors. Same pauses. So if no one was inside, and no system was active, then what was operating that elevator? The question that has left many without answers. The second scenario happened in London, March 3 RD, 2021, at exactly 2:18 am. A man woke to the sound of his phone vibrating beside his bed. Half asleep, he reached for it. The screen lit up, and what he saw didn't make sense. The incoming call was from his own number. Same digits, same name, as if he was calling himself. At first, he assumed it was a glitch, but curiosity took over, and he answered. For a moment, there was nothing. No voice, no movement, just silence. Then, a sound, breathing, slow, uneven, close enough that it felt like someone was standing right next to him. He froze, listening, waiting, but the breathing continued. No words, no explanation, just presence. After 11 seconds, the call ended. He stared at the screen, his heart racing, trying to process what had just happened. Then, it rang again. Same number, same name. This time, he didn't want to answer, but he did, and it was the same. Silence, followed by breathing. He ended the call immediately. The next morning, he contacted his service provider. The incident was logged. Later, technicians reviewed the call data. What they found was unusual. The call had no external origin. It hadn't come from another device. It hadn't been routed through a standard network path. It appeared to exist only within the system, as if it had no starting point. Within 2 days, more reports surfaced. Different parts of the city, different users, all describing the same experience. Calls from their own numbers. Silence. Then breathing. An internal investigation was opened, but no public explanation was ever released. The cases were closed quietly, marked as unresolved, and to this day, no one has been able to explain where those calls came from or who was on the other end. Some cases are investigated, filed, and closed, but not all of them are explained, because sometimes the evidence exists, the reports are written, the witnesses speak, and yet the truth remains out of reach. Which case disturbed you the most? And what do you think really happened? Let me know below, and subscribe to Life Nuggets For more stories that blur the line between reality and the unknown, thank you for watching.